Morning. This is S. Srinivas Reddy, Faculty of Education, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, B.Ed College, and Srinidhi Teacher Training Institute, Asifabad. So, in Pedagogy of English at primary level, today we will discuss about an important question: grammar translation method. The grammar translation method is the oldest method and a product of German scholarship that was used for the teaching of English and is also called as the traditional method or the classical method of teaching English. The originator of this method was a German scholar J.V. Medinger. It appears to be easy and practical, and it is applied for teaching many European languages. It is still being used in most of classrooms in India. So that's why grammar translation method even now also playing an important role in India, because it is easy to applicable by the even below average teacher also. So next, characteristics of grammar translation method. Mother tongue is used extensively in the class with little active use of the target language. Means that excessive use of mother tongue and less use of the target language. So here target language is nothing but English. Next, vocabulary is taught in the form of list of isolated words. Isolated words means what? In a separate manner you are going to get the vocabulary when you are going to apply grammar translation method. Next, grammar provides the rules for putting words together, and instruction often focuses on the form and inflection of the words. So in grammar translation method, for the purpose of putting words together to form a sentences, what are going to play an important role? Rules are going to play an important role. So those rules are going to be provided by the grammar translation method itself only. Next, reading of different classical texts is introduced to students early. It believes that the goal of foreign language study is to learn a language in order to read its literature, or in order to benefit from the mental discipline and intellectual development that result from the foreign language study itself only. Means that uh, in grammar translation method, at the early stage students are going to be uh, read a different classical text. Next one, little attention is paid to the content of the text, which are treated as exercises in grammatical analysis. Means that content of the text is going to play an important role, but here little attention is paid on the content of the text. Means that only little bit of place for doing an analysis of the content. Drilling of disconnected sentences and their translation from mother tongue is target language, and target language to mother tongue is done in the classroom. Drilling means what? Organizing work actively and continuously. So drilling is nothing but a practice. So here whatever sentences content which is available in textbook, when you are going to use a grammar translation method, so here translation is going to take place from mother tongue to target language and target language to mother tongue. Next, major focus is given to reading and writing. Little or no attention is paid to speaking and listening. Out of four language skills, listening, speaking, reading and writing, here major focus is on reading and writing, less focus is on listening and speaking. Accuracy is emphasized. Students are expected to attain high standards in translation because of the high priority attached to meticulous standards of accuracy. This is believed to have an intrinsic moral value, and it was also prerequisite for passing the increasing number of formal written examinations that grow up during the century. So in grammar translation method, what is going to be play an important role? Accuracy. Here grammar translation method gives importance to accuracy, means that whatever words, sentences you are going to translate from target language into mother tongue to target language. So here in an accurate manner translation is going to take place. In a high standard manner translation is going to take place. Next, after the completion of the characteristics, now we will discuss about principles of grammar translation method. The written form of the language is more important and no care was taken to study the spoken language as part of inquiry into the nature of the language. Means that only here in this method importance for written form of the language. There is no importance for both listening and speaking, only more importance for reading and writing. But if you want to learn a language in a natural manner, you should give importance for listening and speaking also along with reading and writing. Next, languages are fundamentally universal. Universal means what? All languages are same. Only letters, symbols are different. Grammar is also similar. Expressions also similar. Yes or no? Meanings also similar. Only little bit of difference is going to be there in a grammar. But all languages are universal. Same expressions you can able to use anywhere. So in India, whatever expressions you are going to use, same expressions, so those people, China people or other country people also can use. So that's why fundamentally all languages are universal. Next, all languages have fundamentally the same grammar. Apart from the superficial differences in the grammar, the same grammar explains the basic features of all languages. So if you go through with all languages, fundamentally same grammar will be there, but little bit of difference is going to be there in all languages grammar. So whatever grammar in all languages, that grammar is going to explain, same grammar is going to explain basic features of all languages. Next one, contrast with the grammar of the mother tongue will enable the learners to master the grammar of a foreign language. The expected standards of accuracy are attained easily by way of translation. Means that contrast means what? Difference in mother tongue grammar, in foreign language grammar, little bit of contrast will be there, difference will be there. So that difference enables the learner to learn grammar of the foreign language in an easy manner. And at the same time, translation, the way of translation is going to take place in an accurate manner from mother tongue to English and English to mother tongue. Next one, the patterns of the foreign language are learned by translation of material from and to the mother tongue. The first language is maintained as reference system in the acquisition of second language. So whatever translation material is available with respect of foreign language, so those material is going to be translated from mother tongue to target language and target language to mother tongue. So here, for the purpose of learning second language, which is nothing but English, whatever mother tongue we are going to use, so that mother tongue is going to be maintained as reference system or reference material. And last principle, it is assumed that in the process of interpretation, the foreign phraseology is best assimilated, because translation is going to take place. So when translation from English to mother tongue to English, then automatically whatever foreign phrases are there, phraseology is there, so that you can able to assimilate. Assimilate is nothing but digest, it is nothing but understand, is going to take place in an easy manner. So these all are the principles of grammar translation method. Thank you.